What to pack?
Halloween Horror Nights is right around the corner. It is the premier event at Universal Orlando, but it is not like your normal daytime park admission. There are certain things that we think you should pack in order to set yourself up for success during Halloween Horror Nights.
Sometimes you gotta pack 2 of everything.
Craziness.
We have talked for a while about what the best items are to make sure you have for HHN, and we've come up with 5 things that you have to have with you when you experience Halloween Horror Nights for the first time, for the second time, and for every other time in between.
Yep. The first thing that we think you need to pack for Halloween Horror Nights is something to deal with the rain.
We're talking ponchos, we're talking rain jackets, we're talking an umbrella maybe, or most importantly, just the will to power through the wetness and rain when you're at HHN.
It will rain during Halloween Horror Nights. A couple years ago, there was an actual hurricane.
And if you see, if you see corn anywhere, just know you're gonna deal with a lot of water at some point.
If you're planning on going to night 1 of Halloween Horror Nights, you can almost be guaranteed that it will rain in some capacity during night 1.
Insert me standing in the rain here.
So packing something in order to make sure that you're not as miserable as being like a wet dog is key for Halloween Horror Nights.
We'll get to this point here a little bit later, but think about even the shoes that you're wearing. If it's gonna rain and it's gonna rain, walking around in sandals and flip-flops might be great. It also just might be torture. And so, cover yourself, be ready, or just be ready to be wet. If you're like me and you're kind of a weenie when you get wet and cold, understand that when you get dumped on by rain and then you go into those heavily AC'd houses, you're gonna turn into your own little freeze pop because you're gonna be wet and cold, which isn't the worst thing in the world during HHN because it is rather warm out, but later into the evening, it could be a little yuck.
The second thing that we think you need to pack is a phone charger and battery pack.
Speaking from experience, I see.
Part of the fun of Halloween Horror Nights is capturing all the scary moments that you get to share with your friends and family.
B-roll guy over here.
So make sure that you have the ability and your phone has the ability to last the duration of Halloween Horror Nights. Not to mention, if your tickets and express passes are on your phone, you want to make sure that that phone doesn't die.
Halloween Horror Nights officially starts at 6:30 p.m. and can run all the way till 2 a.m. Now, if you're like somebody that I'm not mentioning at all, who loves to take photos, who loves to capture video, who loves to just make sure they're recording all things Halloween Horror Nights, especially the Death Eaters, having an additional battery pack with that phone charger is key. We consistently carry, I think, a battery pack, maybe 2 with us, just so we both have an option for our phone. And still, we run out of battery somehow throughout the evening as we're wandering around, enjoying the scare zones, taking our photos, taking our pictures our photos, but what have you, because we just like getting the memories while we're there. One key tip I do want to count on when we're talking about enjoying the scare zones and enjoying your time recording it or taking photos on your phone, make sure you turn off the flash for your photos and videos.
You will be talked to by a nice team member that will politely tell you to turn your flash off.
Yes. The third piece, and I kind of alluded to it already, that we highly recommend for HHN are comfortable shoes and also some really good socks.
You are going to be standing in line during Halloween Horror Nights. Last year, the Stranger Things house could get upwards of 3 hours if you're in the standby queue. So having comfy shoes and socks is a must for those long Halloween Horror nights.
During a night of Halloween Horror Nights, walking all around the park through those extremely long queues, you can easily get like 10,000 steps in. It adds up quick. Not to mention, this is your night. You're normally sleeping at this time. You're not thinking about all the other steps you took earlier in the day. So some nice squishy shoes, some fresh socks to have your evening start out right is fantastic. On top of that, look at what type of shoe you're wearing for the evening ahead. Personally, if it's gonna rain, I wear some Gore-Tex boots because my feet and wetness do not match.
On the flip side, we've seen people walking around in Crocs while it's raining and have thought, man, that might be a good idea.
That's what you thought? Because I thought, man, they must be from Florida. Like, either way, they're doing it right and they're just moseying along. It's all cool, but just know what you're getting yourself into. Additionally, a couple pro tips from us of pairs of shoes or socks that we really enjoy. Ben, what do you like to pack with you when you go to HHN?
I like my Hoka Bondis, but I also like Swiftwick socks or Smart Wool socks.
I also love my Hoka Bondis. I also have a pair of Hoka Gore-Tex boots. And my sock of choice are Smart Wools. Big fan of Smart Wools. They wick the sweat, but they keep the feet dry.
The next thing that we think you need to bring to Halloween Horror Nights is a water bottle or your Coke Freestyle cup.
Some people really love bringing a collapsible cup with them so they can easily pack it around, fill it up as you go. You don't have to pay for water when you're at HHN, but staying hydrated makes your night so much better. And when I say hydrated, I'm talking water, I'm talking Diet Coke, I'm talking Powerade. I'm not talking Ghoul Juice or Lacto Coolers. The Ghoul Juice and Lacto Coolers do not hydrate you folks, as delicious as they are.
We really enjoyed the Duff Brewery water station last year because it was always nice and cold and quite refreshing.
You did not enjoy it as much as I did because I know that that is what slowed me down a little bit during our challenge because I definitely needed to get a glass of water or two. Now, another pro tip just to be aware of, if you are banking on using the Coke Freestyle machines for water, specifically ice water, understand that the ice does tend to run out mid-evening.
Yeah.
A lot of people are also thirsty. A lot of people are filling those cups with way too much ice and then dumping it out, which is quite a waste.
Quite wasteful.
However, if you're looking for ice cold water at 1 in the morning because you've been going all evening, it's probably not going to be there. You're going to get some lukewarm water, but at least it's something to drink.
We had a debate on this last topic of what to include on point 5, so we just decided, why not both?
Ben says debate, I say we couldn't agree. So I said 5 points. Technically, you're getting 6 things to pack, but this is what each of us recommend for the final piece to bring.
I recommended ibuprofen because you're going to have a long night. You're going to get a lot of steps in. It's going to be loud. You might be wet with rain. And so some ibuprofen to help get you through those sore feet and sore knees is very nice.
Says the guy who had knee surgery this year. The item I think that you should pack for HHN to make sure that you have the best evening possible and can enjoy all of the scares and screams are earplugs. When you go through the houses are loud, like loud. And sometimes having a little bit less stimulus as you go through the houses makes them much more enjoyable. And also, you're not like shouting at each other after the house, trying to understand what the other person's saying. You actually can still hear. And we both use them, but those are just items that we couldn't pick which, so just bring both.
These are some items that we think you need to bring to Halloween Horror Nights this year. If you can think of any others that have made your Halloween Horror Nights experience wonderful, be sure to throw them in the comments.
Ooh, like a dark mark. A dark mark would be key if you want to play with Death Eaters, but that wasn't on the list, so.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stick around for more Universal and HHN content. Thanks for watching.
Bye.